Did you know that the prices of these fancy timepieces can actually differ depending on where you buy them? Yep, you heard it here first. Today, we're going deep into the world of luxury watches to uncover where you can snag the best deals on Rolex. So stick around as we explore various locations renowned for selling these prestigious watches and share some insider tips that could potentially save you a fortune on your next Rolex purchase. Rolex, the maestro of timeless and iconic watches, has won hearts worldwide among both men and women. Whether we admit it or not, it's a global symbol of prestige that turns heads wherever you go. Crafted with unmatched precision and skill, each Rolex timepiece is a commitment to enduring excellence. These luxury watches are the cream of the crop, but here's the scoop. The prices can play hide and seek, depending on where you decide to snag one. Now, finding the ultimate spot to score your dream Rolex. Well, it's like solving a stylish puzzle. Your choice might hinge on factors like the specific model you're eyeing, its availability, and the level of demand. Picture this. There are countries out there with Rolex markets so robust that you're practically swimming in a sea of options. But don't blink, because there are those select nations where the Rolex game is so strong, you're bound to stumble upon a treasure trove of choices. It's like finding the perfect match for your wrist, a match made in horological heaven. Number 1. Switzerland. The OG home of Rolex. It's the holy grail for watch lovers, with a ton of legit dealers and sellers battling it out on the pricing front. But here's the sweet deal. Switzerland rocks a value-added tax system that lets non-Swiss folks snag back a chunk of the VAT they shelled out. That's a win if you count them. Switzerland's always been the go-to for Rolex hunts thanks to its deep watchmaking roots and a bunch of Rolex hotspots. But fair warning, prices have been playing the popularity game lately and creeping up a bit. Still, when you weigh it against the global Rolex scene, Switzerland's where the savvy shoppers score. So if a Rolex is on your wish list, Switzerland's the treasure trove, packed with choices and a real chance to keep some cash in your pocket. Number 2. Hong Kong. Let's talk about the watch haven that is Hong Kong, the ultimate spot for luxury shopping. Apparently, Hong Kong's got a slew of legit Rolex dealers and sellers, making it a paradise for those seeking the ultimate timepiece. What's even cooler is that non-residents get to ride the tax-free wave, and that, my friend, could mean some serious savings when you're splurging on a Rolex. Now, Hong Kong and Singapore are like the dynamic duo for snagging swanky watches. However, the affordability game in Hong Kong has had its share of twists and turns. Still, this place has held its ground as the go-to for luxury watches, especially Rolexes. Why? Well, they've got this sweet deal with low taxes on fancy items, making the prices play nice compared to other places. So if you're on the lookout for a Rolex and a shopping adventure, Hong Kong's calling your name. Competitive prices and a touch of luxury, what more could you want? Number 3. Other parts of Europe. Let's shift our attention to the shopping scene in Europe, because it's not just about Milan's fashion streets. Imagine you're jetting out of a city like Milan, and you've got your eye on a Rolex or maybe some designer gear. But lucky for you, you can actually score a tax refund for those fancy purchases at the airport. Sure, there's some paperwork involved, but trust me, the savings are no joke. Milan's like the Rolex hub, so if you're there, why not check out their selection? But if you're on the hunt for budget-friendly Rolexes, let's take a detour to Eastern Europe. Places like Romania, Hungary, Poland, and Greece are where it's at. And here's the secret sauce. Hit up the local watch shops owned by the locals. That's where you'll find the best deals. Eastern Europe, especially spots like Romania and Greece, have this rep for hooking you up with competitively priced Rolexes, as long as you can vouch for their authenticity. So if you're down for a shopping adventure and some serious savings, Eastern Europe's your playground. Before we dive back into our global quest for the perfect Rolex, make sure to hit that subscribe button for Opulent Oasis to unlock a treasure trove of exclusive content. Now, let's reveal the next place on our list. Number 4. Singapore. The land of sleek skyscrapers and, of course, some seriously coveted Rolexes. When it comes to bargaining for a Rolex in Singapore, your room to negotiate is a bit snug. But here's the inside scoop. Singaporeans are all about the bling and the status that a luxury watch brings. That high demand keeps the price tags on the steeper side. But hey, don't lose hope. Singapore's got this sweet tax policy for fancy goods, including those drool-worthy Rolexes. Apparently, it's their secret weapon to keep prices in the ring with the best. So, while you might not be the master of haggling here, you can still snag a Rolex without breaking the bank. Number 5. United States. Let's now move to the good old US of A, a Rolex haven that's got it all. I'm talking about a sea of legit dealers and resellers, and don't forget the booming online marketplace for those luxury timepieces. So you're on a Rolex hunt in the States, right? Well, here's the drill. The price tag you see on the website doesn't include the sneaky sales tax, which only shows up when you're checking out. And get this, every state has its own tax rules, so it's like a tax rate roulette. Now, the US dollar is flexing its muscles, staying strong despite a few wobbles. What does that mean for you? Well, if you're shopping for a Rolex from overseas, it's kinder on your wallet. And the cherry on top here is that the States is flooded with authorized Rolex dealers, making it a luxury watch battleground. Choices. Oh, you've got options, my friend. It's like a Rolex fiesta, with dealers competing to give you the best deal. So, if you're on the lookout for a Rolex shopping extravaganza, the US is where it's at. Number 6. Japan. In recent times, Japan has become the go-to spot for snagging a Rolex without breaking the bank. Why? Well, first off, the Japanese yen's taken a bit of a dive, making those luxury watches a bit more wallet-friendly. Plus, Japan's got this fierce competition in the luxury goods game, which means you're in for some sweet deals. And Japan's not just about sushi and cherry blossoms, it's a shopping haven too. With a bunch of authorized Rolex dealers, you're spoiled for choice. Oh, and did I mention tax-free shopping? Yeah, that's a thing here. However, Japan is not exactly a budget-friendly travel destination. When you add up the travel and accommodation costs, the savings on your Rolex splurge might not be as jaw-dropping as you'd hoped. But hey, if you're up for a Japanese adventure with a side of luxury, why not treat yourself to a Rolex while you're at it? With all the places we've explored, here's a golden nugget for you. Building relationships with Rolex dealers or specialized shops can be a game changer. Patience is your BFF here. Show them you're not just in it for a quick buck. You're a true watch enthusiast who appreciates the finer things in life. And of course, be open to all kinds of Rolexes, not just the ones everyone's chasing after. Women's watches, smaller diameters, the whole shebang. Going for a brand new Rolex might land you on those coveted waiting lists, whether you're hitting up an official dealer or a trusted reseller. This way, when the perfect Rolex comes along, they'll remember you. Sure, some countries might seem like Rolex wonderlands, but prices are pretty consistent worldwide. So, focus on snagging your Rolex from the real deal, authorized dealers or reputable resellers. With the rise of counterfeit watches and the hassle of travel expenses, it's often smarter to shop online or hit up a reputable European dealer where you can score a tax refund. All right, wrapping it all up. While there might be some tiny price variations between countries, it's probably not worth the whole shebang of travel costs and whatnot. Plus, let's not forget the counterfeit Rolex trap. You definitely don't want to fall for that. With this in mind, stick to the basics. Patience is your best friend, authenticity is key, and building a solid bond with your dealers, that's where the magic happens. At the end of the day, when you're on the hunt for your dream Rolex, take your time, stick with the legit sources, and build those connections. That's the real secret sauce to scoring the perfect timepiece. No passport required. Now we want to hear from you. What's your dream Rolex, and where would you love to snag it? Share your thoughts, questions, or even your own Rolex adventures in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like button if you've enjoyed this horological expedition and subscribe to join our growing community of watch aficionados. Oh, and before you go, dive into our other videos for more insider tips and fascinating stories from the world of luxury watches. Your next favorite timepiece might just be a click away. Until next time, happy watch hunting and keep the horological passion alive.